Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview coming VCT Americas KICKOFF 2025. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Mitch, the IGO of Cloud9, coming off of a match against G2 where they came out on the losing end, thus going down to the lower bracket in said competition. So, Mitch, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to you real quick. First off, I got to cover, how are you feeling? Because of course, losing to G2 in a pretty tough way stomach it's tough to absorb, but I want to ask you just sort of what are you feeling right
I mean, obviously, losing sucks. I think, playing against G2, they're probably the best Americas teams, or if not, top three. So, we knew it was going to be a tough match coming in. We know we still have a lot to work on. We've only been together as a team, for like a short amount of time, but we're just going to take our mistakes that we see in the VODs and learn from it.
of course, because that's definitely one thing to consider, improving for the next one. And obviously got to cover the series overall. G2, I mean, as I said, pretty tough way to go down, them losing in straight maps. Just sort of in general, Mitch, what do you feel was the biggest obstacle that your team faced off against G2?
I think, I guess the way they used their utility and they moved around the map, it was a little bit harder to read. We haven't really played against those comps that they played as well. So it was kind of like a first time thing. We had to adapt to what they were doing. We all had to think about, how we could counter, what they're doing. And they had a lot of good reads. They had a lot of, they hit a lot of nice shots. They're all very talented. So it was a very tough match with all the utility that they have too. It was really impressive, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And like, how difficult was it then that G2's approach, or more so, just to kind of rephrase it, how difficult was G2's approach towards your IGL league, Mitch? And just having to get a sense of how to do things in the server.
Well, I mean, for Lotus, they used, util at the start of the round, but on top of that, it just felt like layers of util. Like if we used util to counter theirs, then they still had more to throw at us, and I guess we kind of lost the util battle too many times on Lotus, and it kind of felt like our timings were off. So and also on Abyss, playing against Yor is always annoying. Playing against Chamber on Abyss, we haven't done that in scrims yet, so it was kind of tough. Like they're always being aggressive, they're always lurking, they know their timing, so it's really they're a really good team and they're really hard to play against.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely imagine what it was like to be in the server, having to face off against a team like G2. But of course, only thing to do is to look forward and just kind of rebound for the next one. I kind of want to backtrack over just to cover the entire run overall, including today, because of course, you guys came into this point by defeating NRG, a team that many people looked at as like one of the main contenders towards qualifying for Masters Bangkok. And so, excellent first step on that regard. But nevertheless, I want to ask you just sort of how you kind of view the team's form from like that NRG squad, how you guys won that first match, and then making that transition over to today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say like, we weren't hyped to play. Like everyone was still excited to play today. Maybe energy was a little bit lower because, coming into Lotus, we lost both pistols, starting the half off slow. Exactly what energy said yesterday, like starting halves off slow in this game and then having ults just snowball the game. It's really hard to come back from. So, um, from the energy match to G2, like it felt like we were in control for a lot of the energy match, but in the G2 matches, we really weren't in control, at any point.
But nevertheless, you still were able to come out of it on top and, having that momentum carry over to G2. Still, you guys came out losing today, but nevertheless, it just goes to show the amount of improvement you guys have shown in such little time, especially from the time you joined the team, you know, late in the off season. So I kind of now want to transition over to that your addition to the squad. Obviously, it's a return to C9 from like in the better within like 3 years or 2 years. It kind of feels like, And so for you, how has that experience been for you so far, just having to make the return to Cloud9, from that point up until now?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously been amazing, playing in VCT Americas, coming back to Cloud9. They're an incredible org. They take care of their players. I think, a big difference is, like we were playing online back in 2021 when I was on C9, and now it's, all stage every weekend. So I love playing on stage. I love playing, in the competitive environment, on LAN and seeing all my teammates all the time. So it is a great you know, I don't know. I just love being here and playing with my team too as well. Like everybody's great. I love all the personalities that we have here, and I think we could actually do great things this year. We just got to keep moving forward and fixing our mistakes. That's all.
Obviously you returned to C9 as a different man. Obviously back then you were not the IGL. Now you kind of went over to different teams in tier two, joined Oxygen most recently, became the IGL over there, managed players like
Hmm.
Dapper and even those like that are currently in VCT Americas for this year. And so it's just a testament to your gradual improvement as like a player, and also I would say a person as well. So for
Yeah.
you, Mitch, what do you feel changed the most, or more so, what do you feel is the one thing that you had to work on the most that enabled you to be where you are right now?
Well, I think with Oxygen, like it was like I guess just maturing as a person, outside the game. Really helped, develop my leadership skills in game, working with, people like Bonkar and Rustin, developing my IGL skills and, understanding of the game really helped me. I give a lot of credit to Bonkar um, and all my teammates, I guess, from past, Oxygen. So they all really helped me become the person and player I am today. So a lot of credit goes to them.
I mean, like I gotta now ask you over like how difficult, if it was for your case, and just having to jump ship to Cloud9 very quickly late into the off season. What do you think has been the biggest challenges, if any? Because I don't want to assume that it was
Yeah.
challenges from the get go. Just having to
Yeah.
be the IGO and just having to fit everything into the system, with so little time.
Oh, I mean, we basically recreated the whole system with Cloud9. Everything that they know and that they did is different now, and I brought in a lot of new things that we're doing and giving some structure. So it was like a very I mean, it's a continuous thing. We're still building on it, but we've been nonstop working every single day. We haven't had any days off. Um, but it's been a continuous grind since joining Cloud9. Um, and it's not so bad, but yeah, I don't know. What else was the second part of the question? Sorry.
No, not really. Just more so like the challenges, if any, which was basically what you
Yeah.
gave your answer.
I
So
mean, also the new agent coming out was also a big thing, after working on our system, and then having to go back and, rethink everything with Teo, was, a pretty big challenge as well because we knew that Teo is going to be used by a lot of different teams coming into kickoff, and uh, we had to play against them and play with them quite a bit. So we're still trying to learn and use him in comps as well.
yeah, for sure. You guys have definitely been in that process of learning, much like the rest of the league. But hopefully, you guys can continue that learning curve, improve for the better. I'm already getting the pings to wrap up, so they're pretty much and making me finish it up very soon. But so I'm gonna have to do exactly that. Mitch, I wish I could talk to you more, but gotta wrap it up. So thank you so much for the interview. Really do appreciate you answering all of my questions, and of course, best of luck goes to
Yep.
you for your next match.
All right. Thank you very much, Pedro.